Our Nick Valturo is live in Bradenton right now. Nick, not far from where the storm made landfall. At 8:30 last night, you rode it out in a safe spot, but tell us what you're seeing. Daylight just breaking now, giving you some new perspective here.
Yeah, we're definitely getting a new perspective because it was even hard to navigate our way out of the hotel parking lot because there were so many trees down in the lot. We had to create, if you will, our own little maze to get out. But we're over here at the Waterside Mobile Home Park right now. And just take a look in the distance. And we talked about that wind, that extreme, strong gusts of wind. And you could see it really did some catastrophic damage here at this mobile home park. I mean, if you just take a look, I mean, the road, we also got a lot of that rain. You can hear the water splashing up on my feet, but you can see just pieces of the park were completely ripped off and torn to pieces. And if you walk a little further, you can see that a lot of these big pieces of this mobile home park were just ripped off. A lot of these homes just had parts of it ripped off and thrown all over the street. I mean, you're looking right now at one of the sides of the home that was gutted. It just came flying off. Those winds, we're talking about those strong winds, and we aren't far from where that made landfall. So this is an area that is really impacted by those strong, intense winds. But that was one of the big reasons out in this area why they evacuated zones A, B, and C, and especially these mobile homes, because with that strong and intense wind, you knew this could be a real problem, and these were going to be some obstacles to contend with. And we spoke with the mayor in Bradenton yesterday. He said he was very happy with the reaction from the people who lived out here. Many of them got out when we drove around yesterday. There was hardly anyone around. It was a ghost town, deserted. The Florida CERT teams were going by making sure people were evacuated, and they were. People heeded those evacuation orders, and that's why we're not seeing it. At our hotel, a lot of the people that are staying there live in these very mobile home parks. So a lot of those people understood the severity of what that wind was going to look like. And fortunately, you didn't get the surge, but we're still seeing because of all that rain. We had so much rain. I mean, so this street right here where this park is inundated. I mean, you can see where my boots are and where that water is up to. So there's still some of that flash flooding to deal with. And that's one of the big problems we're hearing around here. There's 185,000 people in Manatee County who are in the dark and without power. And that's about 90% of Bradenton right now is also in the dark. So widespread power outages, because we know what happens when you get all that rainfall in that period of time. Those trees, they get saturated, the ground gets all that moisture, those trees get uprooted, they topple, they fall. We saw that in the parking lot at the hotel we were at, as trees were crashed right down into cars. And of course, that powerful wind, you're just seeing the result of it right here. And as you look around, there's just so many things that were ripped off of these homes. So that's one of the big things we're dealing with. And when we spoke with police just a little while ago, they told us that's going to be the big thing out here. One of the major things that they are seeing are the trees that came down. Lots of things came down. But one thing everyone we spoke with was thankful for, especially from the city, was that all those big, massive debris piles that we saw all throughout those state roads, those were able to be cleared. They got them off those major roadways and those thoroughfares so they can get them out of the way. The side streets still had a lot of debris on them. So, of course, with people not being in that area, if that stuff was flying around, that would have been an extremely dangerous safety hazard. So the fact that they evacuated, makes the situation a lot better.
Yeah. Hey, Nick, that's why they tell everybody, if you were in mobile homes as well, to evacuate at the same time. Nick, if you turn to your left a little bit, it looked like there was some residents, if you look to your left, that may have been kind of over there talking. Okay, they're not there anymore. They were over there talking just a little bit ago. They were a little bit closer. It looks like they might have gone back inside. Just wondering if they rode out the storm in there, kind of what their assessment was of riding out the storm, because it looks like they were coming out of the house, taking a look. I'm not sure if they're maybe just coming back this morning to
assess the damage
or not. So we'll give you some time to kind of walk around there. But I'll tell you, it's pretty impressive what it did to some of the roofs there and the siding.
And that's the thing. It really does just so much damage when you have all that wind, right? And you saw some of the residents walking around, but the one thing that we saw was a lot of these people, they were staying at the hotel. They heeded those evacuation orders. I mean, we saw all of them sitting there at breakfast. Every one of them told us they live in those mobile home parks in the surrounding community. So we do believe most of the people got out. There are some people out here observing what the aftermath looks like in the daylight. Not sure how many rode that out. Something we definitely want to look into, because I couldn't imagine being in one of these homes, and you talked about it, is, with these structures compromised. So obviously we're going to try to find that out and give you more information later. But for right now, reporting live in Bradenton, Nick Volturo, 10 Tampa Bay.